Our story today, this is our library puppy, is called The Little House Made of Stars. What a wonderful day to snow play. Two little children, Hannah and Evan, decided that they would get into their warmest hats and warmest mittens and warmest jackets and warmest leggings and warmest boots and warmest scarves and go outside to play. First, with happy smiles, they decided to go sledding down hills with soft, fluffy flakes. And next, they decided they would build a snow person. And they did. Then they spied a little bridge, and they thought, let's cross the bridge and make a snow trail and explore along the way. And they went on their way on their woodland snow adventure. They followed a little trail through lovely forest paths. They saw the river near where Mr. Bramble lived, and they came closer to Mr. Bramble's house. And they saw Mr. Bramble with Nita, his dog, and Mr. Oats, his horse. Mr. Bramble was making maple syrup today, and they could smell the warm maple scent in the air. They continued on their way through the forest, and Evan said, I see a star. And they walked a little further, and Hannah said, I see that star too. Let's go find out what it is. So they walked and walked through the forest until they came to a little house of stars. I see a little house of stars. And they walked closer. It's beautiful. It's sparkly. It is a little house made of stars. The children peeked inside. On a small wooden bench, they saw a crimson red pitcher with crimson red cups and a little note that said, warm cocoa, maple frosted sugar cookies. And the children sat down. And they read the note. It was signed by Mr. Bramble. And he had built the magical little house of stars atop a hill. And he made cookies from his maple wood fires. And he made cocoa for little visitors to have. They thought that they would make snow angels to thank Mr. Bramble for a wonderful time. And they knew that Mr. Bramble would see their snow angels when he walked through next. And so they started home. It was getting toward evening, and the sun was making everything rose and gold colored in the snow. And they passed the glistening river near Mr. Bramble's house, and a little deer came out, and they saw the deer. And then they saw that Mr. Bramble and his horse and dog were probably cozy inside. But they could see the maple syrup was still being made. A little coyote came out of its nest to say hello. They were coming closer and closer to home. They saw their little bridge, and their mom and dad and their puppy Fuzzy Bear were waiting for them. And they told their mom and dad all about their stories in the woods. And as the night came in and they snuggled into their beds and they looked out their windows, they thought, what a wonderful, wonderful adventure we had, seeing the little house made of stars. The end.